Parents of Reddit, how did you discover your child was no longer a virgin and how did you feel? Wife worked as a nurse in an OB/GYN office for many months. You'd be frankly amazed at how often this scene plays out. Young teenage daughter and mother go to the doc to see about some odd gynecological malady. Tests come back positive for STD, mother looks in shock at daughter and learns her little baby isn't a virgin anymore. It's so common as to be cliched. My son called me before it happened to ask for emergency condoms. I never drove so fast in my life. My daughter asked to get on birth control as she was thinking about sex. I made the doctor appointment the next day. She decided not to have sex yet, but she has the pills available when she is ready. I don't freak out. My son is 16 and daughter is almost 14. Because it isn't taboo, they are making good decisions in regards to sex. TLDR, talk to your kids and don't freak out. Sex is normal. Edit, thank you kind stranger for Reddit Gold. I am no longer a Reddit Gold virgin. Edit 2, every time someone tells me to make sure she knows that she needs to take the pill regularly and for a full month before it is effective, I tell her. She has now walked away from me and is in her room. Thanks everyone. Edit 3, my son is a Redditor. It is only a matter of time before he finds this post. I didn't expect this to blow up as much as it has. I am sure he will take this well. Child 1, he had stashed his used condoms in a McDonald's cup in his closet, still filled with Coke. I found out by removing the lid to dump it out. Child 2, she asked permission. Children 3 to 5, still waiting. 16 to 14 in age, prime time for this activity. It is always hard to take, you little boy or girl growing up when your mental picture is the 6-year-old version of them. I am mostly over it now. Edit, some confusion on that the numbering means children. Child not parent side of the story here, but still a fun one that I get a kick out of telling. Had my first serious girlfriend at 15. We would go to the back room of the house to study. In reality we'd screw each other's brains out, and then I'd spend 15 minutes doing her homework for her. Hey, she made honor roll that semester. Anyway, it's about dinner time and we head out to the kitchen to discuss ordering a pizza with my parents. My dad is discussing toppings and mentions onions. Girlfriend says, I don't like onions. They give you bad breath. My father, not missing a beat, says, well, that doesn't bother me, but then I'm not the one screwing around in the back room. I started laughing, but I thought the girlfriend was going to die of embarrassment. Not a parent, but I will tell you guys my story for when my parents found out I was no longer a virgin. Backstory, so as an 18-year-old guy I had a girlfriend I met in high school. And we were together for quite some time. As I am European, I don't have to deal with overly religious parents. So I got that going for me. My parents are quite laid back and we speak freely to each other. E.g., if I said that I think a guy is a piece of shit motherfucker, I can say that without my parents having to say I shouldn't cuss. Back on topic. In Denmark it is quite normal for teen couples to sleep over at your GF/BF's house. So I did that with my then GF a lot. We slept at each other's places maybe 3 to 5 days a week. But one episode stands out, as to when my parents found out is this. I had my girlfriend over and we were going to my bedroom in the basement. Parents just above mine, and I had a squeaky bed. So the next morning at breakfast my dad just blurted out, "Damn son, we gotta tighten your bedpost." Embarrassing. But funny in retrospect. Cheers. My parents found out when my mom walked up the stairs carrying a basket of laundry and she saw my naked girlfriend straddling me, 16, her, and 17, me, at the time. They had a strict, no closed bedroom doors when girls are over, rule. Super Christian, wait till you're married types. Did they wait until marriage? Probably. They got married at 17 and 18 and grew up in a rural shithole. So they had their rules. I had my own. For example, I had a strict, fine, doors open, but I'm still getting laid rule. They never spoke to me about it. They never had the talk with me. My mom was upset for weeks with me and I just didn't give two shits. I was a good kid, never really got in real trouble, I just didn't buy into puritanical bullshit. Despite bringing it up a few times that it was stupid, the door remaining open rule continued to apply. They just now had a new, avert your eyes while you walk past son's bedroom rule that applied to themselves. My mother got hostile towards my girlfriend, always passive-aggressive. My parents gave me a sizable amount of money, for 18, after graduating, bonus reward money for getting that 4.0. I decided to take the girlfriend to a concert where I'd planned on proposing using a real fancy nice ring I got. I'd even talked to the band's manager and the band was on board to help. It was going to be perfect. She broke up with me the night of the concert. We'd stopped being intimate. My mom catching us was traumatic for her. We tried in a forest near a public park, but we got caught by a homeless guy, which was, well, probably more traumatic. She told me she loved me, but that she felt like she would never be happy around my mom. We'd been planning on going off to college together, but my mom had confronted her about it a few times, without me knowing, and had basically threatened to cut me off once we got there. This was the only time I've ever heard of my mom being remotely direct about the subject of sex. She called my girlfriend a whore. That was the day I stopped caring about life. I don't tell this story often. It happened 12 years ago. My life has been an increasingly spiraling disaster ever since. Quick edit. She broke up with me the night of the concert, but before the concert or the proposal. She didn't have a clue I'd bought her a ring, but I felt like her reason for not wanting to be with me was valid enough that telling her would just make it all more upsetting for her. When I was 16, I had a girlfriend and a crappy part-time job. I couldn't afford Trojans, so I bought some Durex. Despite their name, they weren't durable and 2 out of the 6 broke. I called the 1-800 number on the back and asked for a refund. The customer service rep took my name and address and promised to send me a check ASAP. A few weeks later, I'm opening birthday presents and there is a medium-sized box my mom said was from my very conservative, ultra-religious aunt. It had come while I was at school in a plain box with no return address, so she assumed it was my birthday present and wrapped it up. None the wiser, I opened the box and dumped it out on the table to find almost 50 individually wrapped condoms. There was a $5 check inside with a note from the friendly customer service agent hoping to convince me to give Durex another shot. I think my parents already had a hunch that I was sexually active, but that certainly erased any doubts they may have been harboring.